I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
Optimus Prime.
I came here to ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
That's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, double zero, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. It is Mata Field at Stello Stadium on a Sunday morning. Beautiful day out there. The wind and the rain has moved past, and all indications point to a nice day here at Stellos. Jason Roby going to be calling all of the football action for you here today. We'll have a special guest later on as Ron Ducky Welliver will be on a couple of the calls, and the man on the moving pictures, as always, Steve Cody. He is the highlight guy. I want to thank you all for joining us here on the highlight guy. As mentioned, we have 6 games for you on the schedule. The first game will have the Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua Cougars in the Northeast Junior High Football League. It is the JV2 rosters that we'll see first thing this morning. Get a good look there at the captains as they head out to midfield. 57, 63, 67, 31, and 62. I want to thank the coaches for providing rosters for us. So you can see the names on the back of the shirts there. That's pretty cool. Had a chance to meet some of the players and the coaches down on the field prior to coming up the steps here at Stellos. It's two programs that have proud traditions at the high school, and they will spread down to the lower levels later today, and then eventually these young men and in some cases young women who are also on the roster will move up and play football at the high school level. The Cougars, of course, feed the Nashua North Titans, and the Bedford Bulldogs feed the Bedford Bulldogs. So there you go, Bulldogs feeding Bulldogs. The Bedford, the number 1 seed overall at the high school level, going into the state tournament, which is scheduled to begin this week. And Nashua North has made the postseason. Winners of their last 4 in a row. We wait to see who they play. They could be here playing either Bishop Girton. They are tied with Londonderry, so we're waiting to see how that final point rating system shakes out. The captains, of course, doing the coin toss, and you can see Bedford, we have 68, 67, and it looks like 77 out there, the captains for each of the 2 teams. It is senior day here for this 7th and 8th grade team. You walk into the stadium, and you can see the posters of the kids' faces out there. They do a really nice job here in Nashua, do the Cougars. A family event on a Sunday, and Bedford has won the toss. They have elected to receive. They will go left to right on your screen. Bedford in their white shirts, dark helmets with the bulldog there, the black pants, and the Cougars with their black uniforms with the Columbia numbers, names on the back, Cougars on the front. And we are ready to go here. The weather is beyond us. I want to send our thoughts and prayers over to the islands in Jamaica. They got the worst of that hurricane, and certainly our minds are on all those folks over there, and as they begin the recovery process. And here in Nashua, on the banks of the Nashua River, you can see off to the left there behind the bleachers, the sun is shining, the shadows are few. It is an absolute gorgeous day, and this field will see plenty of action here, not just today, but the site of the Division I championship game that will be called here. Brand new turf down on the field. Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll huddle up, break the huddle, and take a slow saunter up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, twins to the right, split end to the left. He'll come in motion to trips. Handoff hits the ground in the backfield, and they have him bottled up early. A pack of Cougars jump on the ball carrier. Looks like it was led by number 3 and number 67. We'll say that was Carter Queenan and Carmelo Garcia. They got great penetration into the backfield on 1st down. no gain, maybe even a loss of a half a yard on the play, as you can see the sticks on the 35-yard line. They'll come back out with a unbalanced line to the right side. You can see it. Those guys are off the line of scrimmage. Okay, there we go. Tight end wing. They're probably going to run over to us. And they do just that. Ball almost bobbled. Good step up and fill there. But he's still keeping his legs driving. They had him at maybe a 1-yard gain until he kept pounding the rock forward. And that was number 7 for Bedford on that terrific carry. And that young man's name is last name is Correnti. So nice job. Nice job by him on that carry. The coaches provide rosters to us here prior to kickoff, and so anytime we mention a name incorrectly or just a last name, that's what's given to us. So my apologies. The folks down in the production truck didn't get here early enough to make sure that happened. So is what it is. That's going to set up a 3rd down. We're going to call it a long 3. And now the Bulldogs going under center, 4-man front employed by the Cougars. They jump off sides, and that will give them the necessary real estate for a 1st down. And that's a great play. It's a free play, and you see it used a lot at every level. We used to call it brick because bricks don't move, and so we'd give the signal for brick, and off sides we go. There is no play call there. So it'll be 1st and 10. Bedford now inside of Cougar territory. I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Highlight Guy this morning. Jason Roby and Steve Cody up here in the beautiful press box that is Stello Stadium. All right, split end to the top of the screen with a slot man, tight end flanker to the right. That was probably going to be some kind of a quick pass. They're going to call an encroachment penalty against the Cougars, and what that means is they were lined up in the neutral zone. There's an imaginary line on either side of that football, and you cannot go over that line until the ball is snapped. And as a coach, that will drive you bonkers. Alignment, assignment, threats in that order. Where do I line up? What is my assignment? And who are the threats that I have to be aware of? They got the first one wrong. You got to line up on your side. All right, it'll be another free play. 1st and 5 now. Excuse me. That morning coffee hasn't gone down quite right just yet. All right, same formation. 1-step drop, has a bobble, needs to get rid of it. Good coverage downfield. Ball is a jump ball, and it is caught by number 83. And tall young man, it looked like number 29, Ty Hickey, was on the coverage. But 83 reaching up, that was Hallrich. And he'll have enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. All kinds of time. Great protection by the offensive line of Bedford. They'll line back up with a slot to the left, tight end flanker to the right, back in the shotgun. Quarterback is Malater. And we'll see him later, as on the reception there was number 11, Owen DiGiovanni. And Owen has enough for the 1st down. The sticks will move. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 20-yard line. They're on the far hash there. You can see the beautiful new field turf down there that was just installed recently. New gates all the way around on the perimeter, new fences. And just a great facility here in Nashua. Kids really have no idea how fortunate, how lucky they are. It's a top-notch facility. All right, it'll be 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a quick move in there. Ball nearly fumbled, and around the left side, keeping those legs churning, broke the first contact. Was finally pulled down by, it looked like number 52 for the Cougars. That was Dominic Colangeli, and Dom kind of cleaned up the mess there. It was a good, tough run by number 7, Correnti. We've called his name a couple of times. Almost a bobble in the backfield there. But they set up a nice wall, did the Bulldog offensive line. And it was a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. So they've done it via the run, via the pass, and via the penalty so far have these Bulldogs. Tight end, flanker to the right, slot to the left side, under center. Another bobbled snap. They're going up top. Deep ball into the corner is no good. Tried to go for that back shoulder throw. And it was good coverage over there provided by number 22, Miles Libby. They were trying to get it to 83, and he had that nice catch earlier. That was Hollerich, or Hollerich. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. It will be a 3rd down. We're going to call it 7, so you're in 4-down territory here. And now they'll go 2 by 2, a wide set on either side. Slot to the left, Cousins look to the right. Under center goes Malater, and someone got a head start. So that's going to back them up 5. So that's a huge, huge play for the Cougars. They'll back them up. And that's going to make them go a little deeper into the playbook. I want to call it 3rd down and 12. I want to thank you all for joining us here this morning. You are in for a treat. Ron Ducky Welliver will be joining us here in the booth a little bit later. If you need a shot of caffeine, that's what Ducky provides. Shotgun snap, 1-step drop over the middle. Man is open. Ball is caught. And again, a nice reception reeled in there by Hollerich. As on the coverage was Miles Libby again. And Libby was not that far behind it, but you know, one of the things you never want to give up is the inside position. So all of you young defensive backs there, use the sideline as an extra defender. It's a further throw for the quarterback. It's harder to complete. So you want to take an inside alignment when you line up against that receiver. He's probably going to give you some kind of a shake to the outside to make you jump. Maintain inside alignment, and you can run right underneath that slant pass. All right, here we go. They're going 2 by 2 once again, shotgun formation. Shot deep, part of the end zone, jump ball. Great coverage there. It was number 29 on 2. The receiver was Coughlin, but with him step for step, number 29, Ty Hickey. So, and that's the other thing. So here's the point of emphasis. The ball on that last play was on the left hash. So all the receivers over to that side are lined up 2 yards from the sideline. You can really get inside of them on that because they're not running an out route. And then over to the field, if they line up inside the numbers close to the hash, you know they're going to run to the outside. They want to run where there's more field. So again, for those of you watching at home, I know you're taking notes. You want to protect the field. You want to cover the field. So look to the top of your screen. You see 2 right there. He's not running an out route. There's nowhere to go out there. And then down to the bottom of the screen, 83. He could be running a slant over the middle, but he could also be running an out route. We'll see what they try to do here. The trips formation. They're going to throw a quick screen off to the side. They had it bottled up early initially. Need to get players to the dance, and a nice job defensively there by number 19. And that was a tough play. That was Lucas Hernandez coming up. And a great job by Lucas. They motioned to trips, tried throwing that little now route, we call it, to number 2, Coughlin, and he caught the ball, but great play by the defense. It's going to be 2nd and goal, it appears, from the 15-yard line. And now the ball is on the opposite hash mark. Little football 101 here, Steve, for the folks watching and the kids that watch it back. Always do what your coaches tell you. Remember, I'm undefeated from up here in the booth, but I may have played a down or 2 in my time. All right. They break the huddle. They're in twins to the left. They're going to have a tight end flanker to the right. Shotgun formation. Motion. Cross to trips. Where does he want to go? They're going to fake that play. They're going over the top into that corner. Jump ball! And a great play there. I'll tell you, they were looking for 83 again, Holrich, but there, Johnny on the spot. Ty Hickey timed his jump perfectly and knocked that ball away. A great defensive effort there by the defensive back, Hickey. And that'll set up a 3rd down and goal. They cannot get a 1st down, so in the next 2 downs, they need to get 15 yards. We'll see what the defense does here. Up here with Steve Cody in the booth, he's wearing his huge parka jacket. He's got, looks like woolly mammoth boots on. One of those hoods with those, what is that? Is that real fake fur, Steve, on that hood? That's impressive. I'm just kidding. He's shirtless up here, folks. All right. 3rd down. Slot to the top, wing to the right. Oh, a little waggle action. It's a quarterback keeper all the way. He's got nice blocking on the perimeter, but getting off of that block and ripping to the outside was number 19 again, Hernandez, the quarterback. A nice run to try to cut the distance between the goal line and the line of scrimmage in half. Looks like he did it. That was Malater. It's 4th down. I want to remind you to stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys' upcoming live streams. Subscribe to THG Sports Network and our YouTube channel today, and never miss out on the games you want to see. Go to thehighlightguy.com. Choose the live stream page and click the buy button. For YouTube, search The Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance. All right, 4th down. Huge play here for the Cougars. They've been on the field a long time. It's been a lengthy drive. Twins to either side. They flex that tight end. That's a good call. They're going to call timeout. Talk this over. You need a touchdown here. Now let's talk about these Cougars. The Cougars are a nonprofit organization created to give every child the opportunity to reach their greatest potential in youth football before they head to high school. They work with the high school coaches to ensure the athletes are ready to compete at the high school level by the time they arrive, giving them the greatest opportunity to continue to excel beyond high school. To learn more, go to their website, NashuaCougars.net. And EarthTech Systems, they're a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their innovative solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but also help customers save significantly on energy costs. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. I actually went to that website, Steve, and checked that out. That's some interesting stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing, and it's just another way to heat and cool. It's pretty cool what they do. Go to that website, check that out. Interesting stuff. At the conclusion of this play, we'll talk to you about our newest sponsor. But first, Twins to the top, Twins to the bottom, shotgun snap forthcoming. Maybe some kind of a combination route. They're going to take a shot. Good pass pressure up the middle and going down. Big sack there. Big number 66 just said, not today, my friend. Julian Garcia slashing. He gives a double bicep flex there. That man knows where the weight room is. And Garcia enables the Cougars to take over on downs. Good coverage down the field. And our newest sponsor, I want to welcome them here to our team. It's Luke's Bar and Grill. We'll tell you about them in just a minute. All right, the Cougars get their first bite of the apple. It was a long drive, almost a 10-minute drive for Bedford. And they're lining up in what? Twins to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, direct snap, handoff, got a wide hole there, hits that seam, protects the football. They're ripping for it, keeps the legs driving, and a pack of Bulldogs. There's 10 Bulldog jerseys to the pile, continues to push. And that is just a statement right there as number 7, Isaiah LeBoy, on a convoy through the teeth of that Bulldog defense. Wow, and gain of 9 on the play on first down. That's all kinds of exciting. I got to pace myself, Steve. For those of you who think Steve's my imaginary friend that I talk to, he's the camera guy. Steve Cody, he's the highlight guy. Interesting formation here. They'll run the same play, and then the outside opens up. LeBoy finds the daylight, has the first down, still keeps his feet churning, covers the ball up with both hands, and again, another scrum. It's like a rugby game down there. And I think we're going to get a fumble as LeBoy may have had the ball ripped out of his hands. And you see Bedford, number 50, with it. I think they're going to say he's down. We're going to get a holding call against the Cougars. So when you get in a big scrum like that, one of the things you want to teach and preach is a double eagle claw grip. Get both hands on that football. And really, LeBoy, nice job of keeping those legs driving, but also know when to go down. So they're going to back the Cougars up 10 yards. They're going to say he was down. So that is a huge penalty. It's a spot foul, so it's going to replay the down. It'll be second down. It was second down and 1. They got the first down. Now it's second down, and we'll call it 13.
And Jason, I am here.
Oh.
The voice of the highlight guy himself.
Actually, the man up top, I can hear him. This is a rarity, folks.
It's early on in the morning. I figured I'll get it out of the way now.
Okay. Is that you, God?
Yes, my child, I am here.
All right.
Pleasure being with you this morning, as always.
He is omnipresent, folks. Steve Cody, the highlight guy. I've been begging him for years to put the headset on, and he finally does so, and that is going to do it for the first quarter here. We are scoreless as Nashua trying to pound the rock forward. It's going to set up we'll call it looks like a third down. They haven't moved the down marker yet. They'll do it now. 3rd and 5, so manageable as we switch sides of the field. And as I said earlier, we'd like to thank our newest sponsor and welcome them to our team, Luke's Bar and Grill. Founded in 2019, Luke's Bar and Grill has grown quickly thanks to loyal guests and an incredible staff. Their mission is to provide a welcoming space with great food, refreshing drinks, and an atmosphere that always feels like home. Whether you're here for dinner, drinks, or just to unwind, Luke's is constantly evolving to make every visit better. Find them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. Do they deliver, Steve? Are they going to bring us some grub? That would be cool. We would welcome it. And then we'll talk about Bouvier Prepare. They provide comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. All right, Jason Roby, Steve Cody here at Stello Stadium. Beautiful day on the banks of the Nashua River. 6 football games on the docket for you today. Patriots play later today. Cougars break the huddle. This is a huge play for them. They're going to line up in trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, little sniffer, and shotgun formation. Direct snap, fakes to his right, and now we'll try to go back to the left, and nothing doing there as Bedford had that one snuffed out. That was Christian Williams who tried to give the impression that he was going to run to the strength of the formation, and he went back to the boundary, and waiting there was the right side of the Bulldog defense. So that's going to set up a 4th down for the Cougars. And so something brewing early. It looked like they had that first down with LeBoy. We'll see if they go back to that. And Steve, at this point, I would just, a cup of coffee or something up here would be fantastical. Maybe Ducky will bring us one. All right, Twins to the bottom of the formation. Split end to the top. Two backs in the backfield. Williams takes the snap. Handoff. It's fumbled. Ball hits the carpet. The ball is still on the ground. Reaching for it. It looks like it was finally scooped up by the Cougars. But it matters not. It's going to be first down for the Bulldogs. And that play just kind of doomed from the get-go there as it was fumbled away. And the Bulldogs have fantastic field position. Start their first drive of the second quarter. All right. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, going right to left on your screen. Are the Bedford Bulldogs. Quarterback rolls out to his right, finds a little daylight, cuts back against the grain, hits the seam, then bounces back out to the outside, and he is gonna go. There is a flag, however, on the field, and my guess it's going to be a legal procedure against Bedford. That is just a guess, but I see it because it was called by the referee who stands behind the operation. You can see him there in the white hat, and they're marching it back. It was a great run by Coughlin, and he's talking to the coach, and that maybe a little bit of a movement on the end of the line of scrimmage there. And Bedford probably, you don't have to look deep into that playbook. You probably go right back to the same play. We'll see if they call it again. Bedford trying to help out by picking up the flag. Maybe it makes it go away. No such luck. It's an illegal shift. So what happened there is you had two men moving simultaneously. You're not allowed to do that unless you're in Canada. For those of you watching the World Series last night, the Dodgers come from behind and beat the Blue Jays. Speaking of Canada, it was a great World Series. If you had a chance to watch it, I'm a homer when it comes to the Red Sox, but that was a great series, no question about it. And the Dodgers win it in extra innings. Catcher who caught every inning of every postseason game, very impressive for the Dodgers, and he hits the game-winning home run. I think, I don't know, I was half asleep. I was thinking about Cougars football, Steve. Here we go. Tight end, this might also be an illegal. Nope, tight end flanker to the right, split end to the left. Straight drop back, and they had the edge contained, and now he goes back to the other side of the field. There was nobody there. Still running, knocked out of bounds. Good push out of bounds by number 19, Hernandez. They're going to say he didn't go out of bounds. So Coughlin finds the end zone with that dive. Bobby Orr-esque dive into the end zone. Now I'm dating myself. Bobby Orr. Boston Bruin, one of the most famous pictures in all of hockey history. For those of you who don't know, go ahead and look on the Google machine. Who was Bobby Orr? O-R-R. But a nice dive into the end zone there by Coughlin. And the Cougars really had that bottled up to the field. Coughlin bounced back to the other side. And that's where he scored the original touchdown. So the difference in this one is the Bulldogs are able to capitalize off of penalties against them, whereas the Cougars, when they got moved back, they could not. And now it is 6-0, and Bedford will line up for the two-point conversion. They'll come out in their shotgun formation. Tight end flanker to the right. Coughlin, two-step, looking for the slant. It wasn't there. Direct in traffic, throws it over the middle, and finally hits number 57. And, of course, in the high school level, that is not an eligible number, but here it can be. That was Ryan Colby. And Ryan with showing the good hands there as he caught that two-point conversion. Good job by Coughlin buying himself some extra time. He was forced out of the pocket to his right. Made a nice play. So 8-0 is the score. 9:59 on the dial. And the Cougars will get their second bite of the apple on the afternoon. They'll break the huddle, hustle up to the line. This is the JV2 in the Northeast Junior High Football League. We'll see the JV1 and the Varsity as our last game of the evening. Shotgun snap. Oh, a little miscommunication, and it almost paid off for him. Quarterback open to the right, ball carrier went to the left, and never shall the two meet. So just a miscommunication in the backfield, and Cougars fortunate there to only lose about a yard. Second down and 11 as my doorbell ring camera goes off. I'm watching. All right. Twins to the top and bottom. Shotgun. Motion. Here comes that speed sweep. So I'm working a nice cut up the field. Read his block perfectly. He's got a seam to the outside. Little stiff arm there. Cut back against the grain. Still running. Good form tackle there by 21. But a great run there on a design play to the outside by David Butler. The Butler did it. And he went to the outside. That's a reference. Was that Clue, that game, Steve? It was the Butler. But Butler, what a nice job of reading his block and cutting up inside of that kickout block. It'll be a Cougar first down, and now they have a little more breathing room here as they are in Bedford territory. They'll go twins to both sides. Here comes motion. They'll probably have the same play to the other side. It's LeBoy, and he cuts it up. And now tried to cut it back outside. It was 7-on-7. There's that football. You got to cover that thing up. That was a nice job by Correnti bottling up LeBoy. LeBoy looked like he had something brewing early there and tried to bubble it back outside. That bubble is usually a pretty good look, but in that particular instance, you want to get north and south. That play should have gained about 3 yards. Instead, they lose a yard. So it'll be second down. We'll call it 11. And that's, we've said it here before on the highlight guy. It's not an easy thing to do. You run with your eyes. And that means you have vision as the feet are moving and seeing what develops sometimes before the play even starts. 2-by-2 formation. Shotgun snap. Sniffer. Maybe some kind of a quarterback ISO. We'll see what they employ. Motion. Oh, boy. That's a live ball. They thought they were going to blow it dead. Got to get on it. Keeps his feet going and will not escape. That's going to be blown dead. That was number 41. He was not ready for that snap, and Williams had to chase it back. I'm not even sure he knew it was snapped at the time. So that's going to set up a third down. We'll call it 23. Not a lot of plays in the playbook designed to get you 23 yards. But you try to get maybe half of it back on the first play and give yourself a fighting chance on fourth down. We'll see what the Cougars have employed here. Huge roster, this 7th and 8th grade level team. They're able to have 2 JV level teams, so that's a plus for the Cougars. Motion into the backfield. LeBoy, here comes a little trickeration, a little reverse play. They got a wall set up. He's got one man to beat, tries to stiff arm him and stay in bounds. He gets all the way down to about the 40, we'll call it the 47-yard line. So a great play there. Coach Travis reaching into his bag of tricks. And something tells me there might even be a pass off of that down the road. We'll see. But as we said, you want to get about half of it back, which is exactly what the Cougars did. I think we're going to have a timeout on the field with 5:36 to go. Nope. I guess they're going to say that was fourth down. Stop the clock. We'll see what's going on here. Referees are talking about it down at about the 35-yard line, and it appears that Bedford is huddling up offensively. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if there was a penalty, maybe. Didn't see a flag. So that is, in fact, going to be a first down Bedford. So the down marker was apparently incorrect. That was a fourth down play. It was listed as third down, so our apologies. We lost track of that. Those guys in the production truck not doing their job. All right. Under center. Handoff. Up the gut. Wrapped up quickly there in a nice defensive play by I think it was number 50 for the Cougars, and that was Jacob Roig. If I'm not mistaken, Roig's dad, Jonathan Roig, played for me 100 years ago at Nashua North High School, all-state caliber player. John Roig was my defensive tackle. He was a good one. Ran into John last week, or a couple weeks ago in the parking lot here, and had a good conversation with him. Nice to see him still involved with Nashua football. His son's going to be a good one. All right, shotgun snap. One-step drop. They were bringing the house, and a good defensive play. Wow, what a play as he ripped up through the ball. That was Miles Libby. And Bedford not shy about what they're trying to establish. They're going over the middle. They were looking for Hulrich again. But Libby was Johnny on the spot, and the Cougars were bringing some pressure on that one. There was an all-out blitz to the left side, but we are going to get a penalty, maybe a So it's going to give Bedford a first down, and those are the things that as a coach, you win first down, and that's so important at any level of football. You got to win first down and to give yourself a chance. The Cougars did, but they had an unfortunate penalty, and as a result, Bedford gets to move the sticks. Hey, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so that you can be aware of whenever we schedule a live stream. 1st and 10 for Bedford. Tight end wing to the right. Handoff, left side. It gets bottled up. They run right by the ball carrier. Nifty little spin move there. And that was Carenti. He was bottled up, but he spun out of it, and Kane Pacheco finally hauls him down. So, again, a good play on first down for Bedford, going to set up a 2nd down and 6. Bedford will quickly come out of the huddle. Try to get something going here. Slot to the left, tight end flanker to the right, shotgun formation. They weren't set. The penalty's going to fly. That one's coming back. A nice move there, pretty nifty, but there was illegal motion. And this is like video game-esque as number 2, Coughlin, just doing all kinds of Barry Sanders moves out there, but you can see the flag. That one's coming back. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the highlight guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, film sporting events, and we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star, so let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. 2:13 to go here in the first half. It is an 8-0 Bedford advantage. Penalty on that play will set up a 2nd down and 11. Coughlin on the receiving end of that one. They're going with a different quarterback now. Coughlin is in the slot, the top of your screen. We'll see if they use him. Going vertical. There they go. Quick out route. Nice play there. And waiting for that was Lucas Hernandez. And a good sportsmanship there as he helps Coughlin up. Those two familiarizing each other with one another. As a nonprofit organization, the Nashua Cougars could not thrive and provide such an incredible experience for the athletes without the generosity of their sponsors. I'd like to give a huge Cougar roar to the top sponsors for this season: Basco Excavation, Lopez Hardwood Floor Services, and Comcast. And to all the sponsors not mentioned, the Cougars want you to know they're very thankful for everything you do for them every year to ensure the athletes have everything they need. All right, huge third down play here. Quarterback rolls out, cut back against the grain, and he's going to get bottled up, but he's going to have enough, I think, for the first down, judging by the spot from the far side official. Yeah, they're going to have enough. So that was a tough run there by number 21, Malater. And I'll tell you, there's a timeout called, and I think it's going to be Bedford with 44 seconds left. So they're going to draw some plays up in the pellets down here. They're going to try to get another one on the board. As you take a peek at the Bedford huddle there, we'll see what they employ. Hey, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. And Earth Tech Systems, again, local premier green heating and cooling technology company. The goal, save you time, and more importantly, save you money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. Are you hungry for a meal? I know I am. Luke's Bar and Grill serves up juicy burgers, crispy wings, and a full menu of favorites made fresh every day. Pair your meal with an ice-cold beer or handcrafted cocktail and enjoy it all in a warm, welcoming space. Luke's is the perfect spot to relax and connect. Stop by 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or see the menu at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. A rainmaker down the left side, and it is caught at the 35-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. We saw them working on that. That's called a fade route, where you just throw up that rainmaker and hope the height advantage is there as Hulrich jumps up over the coverage and pulls it down. But I will say, good job of securing that tackle by Nashua. Now there's just 26 seconds left. And an opportunity here for each team. If you're Nashua, you're getting the ball to start the second half, so you want to keep it a one-score game. And I'm sure that's what the coaching staff is talking down there in the huddle about. They're saying, we need to keep them out of the end zone. We'll give up yardage, but keep them out of the end zone. So that has got to be the focus here. And for my money, you're looking at Coughlin, Hulrich, and Malater. Those are the three big names that we've said so far for Bedford. Know where they are. 2, 83, and 21. All right, Cougars will come from their sideline. They won't huddle. They'll just line up. Trips to the right side, split end to the left. Someone's going to be on that line, and now there is. Good job of figuring out the formation. It's going to be a pass ball, hits the carpet, and here comes the sack. And just meeting him in the backfield, number 61 and number 57. 61 led the charge. That's Kobe Ray Coleman. And Maddox Wood also in there. Bedford will call one more timeout. And I guess they won't. That will do it for the first half here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. We'll take it to the break. You're seeing a good one here on the Highlight Guy. It is Bedford 8, Nashua 0. Cougars set to get the ball back to start the second half. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages for second half action right after this.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I step in my zone when I pull this to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
Optimus Prime.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field here at Stello Stadium in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You're watching live on the highlight guy. Jason Roby all calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. It is an 8-0 Bedford advantage here in the Northeast Junior High Football League. It is a Junior Varsity 2 game. So we will see the other kids play in the last game of the day. We have 6 for you here. It'll be Nashua Cougar ball on the 35 to start the second half. Shotgun formation, handoff, cut back against the grain. They tried to pull him down from behind. He kept the feet churning, still keeping the feet going. Positive play on first down that didn't look like it was going to start to produce too much, but a nice run there by number 23, David Butler. David kept the legs churning and a nice positive play. Pickup of 3 on first down. Just looking at the Highlight Guy website at Steve Cody's rankings. I noticed you didn't have my Bishop Brady team from 1990 in there, Steve. That's only current day only, I suppose. Second down and 7. Little swing pass to the outside. Nice hands there. Got to beat a man. Stiff arm. Keeps his feet. Nice job. Keeps the legs churning. And that's going to set up a third and manageable. Nice little pitch and catch there. Showing good hands was number 23 again, David Butler. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2 for the Cougars. So you have to believe that you get 2 downs to get 2 yards here. Cougars break the huddle. They will employ a twins to the left, split end to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Oh, they dropped the ball. Oh, no. And that was just, ball still loose. And we'll wait and see. It's going to be 4th down. Cougars must have recovered it. Oh, they are all kinds of lucky there, folks. And those are things that, this point in the season will drive you crazy as a coach. You got to be able to get the exchange in the backfield. That's just week 1 stuff. And you work that every day in practice. And essentially, you lose a down there. You lose a yard, but you lose a down as well. And that's just the fundamentals that you got to hammer home there at every level. They do it at the college level, pro level, high school level. So a huge 4th down here, 4th and 3. We'll see what the Cougars have dialed up. Tried to get him to jump off sides. They'll go a handoff. Nice cut to the outside, but he's going to find the sledding tough. Keeps the legs going, but big number 54 was there. That was Thibodeau. You can hear the wind starting to blow outside. Just a touch, not like it has been in the last couple days. I have a huge Halloween setup at my house every year. Steve, you're not going to believe how many. We give out the large candy, and I had all my animatronics. I couldn't put some of my stuff up. My huge flying witch gets the arm snapped. I got to have that re-welded. But 450 large pieces of candy handed out at my house. Yep. It is unbelievable. Every year at my house, we have this huge gathering, and it is quite a spectacle. And this year, the largest numbers that we've ever had. We were over 300 last year. We thought that was big. 450 pieces. Maybe I had a couple myself. All right, flag flies. Going to get a legal substitution call against Bedford. So that's going to back them up 5 before they even run a play. It'll be 1st and 15. So what it is if you're allowed to have 11 players on the field. They had 12. So he quickly exited stage right, but unfortunately at that point, 12 men on the field, no bueno. 11:23 and counting. It'll be 1st and 15 from the Cougar 46. Shotgun snap, and a bobble in the backfield, has to fall on it. Cougars fortunate there as Another miscue in the backfield, so it happens to both teams. That was savage, and he had to quickly jump on that. Otherwise, it would have been difficult. And what the official is talking to the Cougar young man there is when the man is giving himself up and he's down on the ground, he cannot get back up, so you can't really pile on. And I'll tell you right there, it's a good job by the official not to throw the flag on that. It wasn't a flagrant thing, but you really have to be aware that you're not allowed to jump on a player when they are down. They've given themselves up. They can't get back up once that knee's down. Taking a shot over the middle. Ball's intercepted. Stepping into that passing lane. He's got a route down the left hash. And that was number 19 for the Cougars. He stepped into that passing lane, Lucas Hernandez. And I'll tell you right there, they were going back to that slant route over the middle. Hernandez adjusted his drop and got into that, what we call the passing window. And that's exactly how you draw that up. So good field position for the Cougars on the Hernandez interception. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, shotgun formation. Cougars trying to knot this thing up. Handoff in the backfield. Nice job. Good move to the outside. He's got a lane. Comes near hash, falls forward. Going to pick up about 7 on the play. Good solid run there by number 3. That was Carter Queenan. And Carter falls forward. Good pickup on first down. Playing in front of the sticks. That's something you always want to stress. Second and manageable here. Cougars off of that turnover. Nice interception there by Hernandez. Here comes the handoff. Oh, and it's a little mix-up in the backfield. Just all kinds of problems, but still keeping his feet driving. Know when to go down. And the Cougars, again, very fortunate there as it was not the cleanest of mesh points, as we like to call it. And it looked like that was Kane Pacheco on that carry. So after all that, no gain on the play, 3rd down and 3. Motion. Here comes the fake on the speed sweep. He's got a lot of people out in front of him. Oh, if he had bounced that outside, he might still be running. There was no one to the outside there. Wanted to cut it back against the grain, but as it is, it's going to be a 1st down for the Cougars. So they'll move the sticks. A nice job by the quarterback, Christian Williams, reading those blocks. And you'll watch that one back on the highlight guy, and Christian will see that if he had stayed to the outside, he had a clear path potentially to the end zone. And who knows, maybe I missed it and there was someone there. Got a nice little Acer screen in front of me here, though. I can see things pretty well. Twins to the top and bottom. Williams, barking signals. That shotgun snap gets rifled back to about the 50-yard line. False start called against the Cougars, so it'll be 1st and 15. There's a perfect example. It's still 1st down, but you have 15 yards to go, so you got to pick up 5 before you even break even. Even, break, even. That doesn't make sense, does it? I don't know. So 1st and 15, the Cougars will break their huddle. Bedford in their 4-man front. They have a 5-man box right now, so there's 4, and then the 2 linebackers are kind of outside that box. See if they attack the middle there. They have a numbers advantage. A little out route is a rainmaker, almost intercepted. Coughlin stepped right in front of the intended receiver, Queenan, and if he caught that, it was 6 the other way. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 15. Coughlin had visions of dancing in the end zone some 65 yards away on that one. Cougars break the huddle. They come out in the 2-by-2 set. Back into that shotgun with a sniffer off to the left side. Four-man front employed by the Bulldogs. It's going to be a quarterback power. The lead blocker didn't get in front. Ball on the carpet. Very fortunate again to come away with it as number 65 was Johnny on the spot there. That was Caleb Gerard. So for all of you young players out there, you know, the most important thing are the fundamentals. Everybody loves to line up in wide formations and the fancy stuff, but ball security, ball security, ball security. That is so important. Know how to take a handoff, know how to give a handoff. No turnovers, no penalties. Fired to the outside. Good quick pitch and catch there, but number 57 was there for Bedford. It was a good reception by 29, Ty Hickey. Just too much real estate in front of him as Ryan Colby was waiting for him. And what you see there is Bedford able to just kind of drop back, drop off, and know we'll give up the short underneath stuff all day long and rally up and make the play. It's going to set up a fourth down. We'll call it 12. Looking for the play call. They have it now. 2-by-2 motion into the backfield. Here comes a double reverse. They're going to get a holding call in the backfield there. And it's going to be declined. It'll be first down for Bedford. It's a moot point. They'll go through the procedure of calling the penalty and so forth, but they're going to call it a block in the back. It looked like, I want to say it was number 29 for Bedford. That could have been, I want to make sure I say the young man's right. Dronam Raju. Dronam Raju was in that backfield. If it was, in fact, 29, I think it might have been. But he came underneath that block and really forced the action. We say underneath, we mean inside. We say over the top, we mean kind of outside. Wrong hat that thing, and that's what he did. Blew that play up. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And now they'll try their own version of the speed sweep, but it was gobbled up in the backfield before it could even get started. And it was number 19, Lucas Hernandez, joined by teammate Xander Vegas in the backfield on that one. So loss of maybe half a yard on the play. 2:41 and counting to go here in the third quarter. Hey, Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. Shotgun snap, rolling right. Quick throw to the outside. This is number 7. He's got an edge. Nice form tackle there. And that was number 29 coming up, Ty Hickey. Minimizing that gain, forcing the action back inside. It was a nice pitch and catch to Carenti, but they had him bottled up. This is setting up a huge 3rd down and 9. If you've not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so you can be aware whenever we schedule a live stream. And this Nashua Youth Football program is, the Cougars are thriving in their 3rd year. They're looking forward to seeing where next season brings them. They have the hardest working group of coaches who dedicate their time to developing athletes' football skills and teaching them life lessons they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. If you'd like to become one of those coaches, please contact them at NashuaCougars.net. All right. 3rd down and long. Taking a shot up top. Rainmaker. And they're going to get a pass interference call down there as they were looking for the big man once again, Holrich. And it's just a, the height differential out there was pretty good coverage, but had to get his hands on him. I think that may have been number 22 out there, Libby. And they've been having some good battles out there. And they will call pass interference against the Cougars. So it'll be a first down for Bedford. So they had a chance to try to get off the field there, unfortunately unable to do it. And, that's a weapon. Whenever you have a young man that can stretch the field like that, it's kind of like the Randy Moss of the Bulldogs here. We are inside of 1:15 to go. They wanted the clock wound, and there it goes. Slot to the left. Handoff to the left. They have him bottled up. He breaks some tackles. Got to grab. Got to wrap up. Finally pulled down by number 27, Jackson Young, was Carenti. So, again, a negative play on first down. We'll set up they're going to say you get the line of scrimmage back. So, there you go. Hey, EarthTech Systems is a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex of projects. Contact them at earthtechsystems.com. EarthTech, T-E-C-H, systems.com. Handoff, bounces to the right, keeps his feet, nice form tackle there. And he's going lateral. They'll blow it dead. And I'm not sure why that flag came in. They're going to call a little excessiveness there. And I will say that's a tough call. It looked like Carter Queenan was coming in to clean it up. And if they do call a personal foul, that's 15 yards. Yeah, they're going to call a personal foul against the Cougars. And, of course, we're not down there. And we don't know what happened. It was a great form tackle by 3 and 19. That was Queenan and Hernandez. And we certainly don't know if the penalty was on either of them. They may have called it on somebody else. But it doesn't matter. You got 11 guys down there. Everybody's going to do their job from whistle to whistle. And you hate to see that play a part in that particular play because it was just a really good defensive play by the Cougars. We are at 12 seconds to go here. They'll move the sticks, get the ball inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line of the Cougars. Wind continues to blow. That could be Steve breathing. I don't know. There's a lot of stairs here at Stello Stadium. We're inside of 7 seconds to go here, and it looks like they're not going to try to run a play. And so we will take it to the start of the fourth quarter. Before we do, we want to talk to you about Luke's Bar and Grill. When you step into Luke's Bar and Grill, you're stepping into more than just a restaurant. It's a family-owned and operated spot that's been serving the community since 2019. Their motto is simple: never forget where you came from. With a commitment to good food, great service, and giving back, Luke's is where neighbors become friends. Visit them today at 142 Low Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, we film sporting events, and we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star, so let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. Good stuff. I don't have my ad up here yet, Steve, but if you're looking to get married or renew your wedding vows, go to jasonthejp.com, jasonthejp.com. I do all weddings, vow renewals here in the southern New Hampshire area and beyond, actually. I have a wedding in Massachusetts that I'm doing in April. Performed a couple of weddings this summer. Write you a nice personalized wedding service, and happy to chat with you about your wedding plans. Affordable, priced right, and personable. Contact Jason the JP at jasonthejp.com. All right, swing pass off to the left side. Now bouncing out. Good job of keeping the feet. But finally wrestled down by Ty Hickey, was number 7, and they're utilizing him quite a bit here in the second half. That was Carenti again. All right. Good pickup there on first down. On second down and 7. The Bulldogs continue to march. 31-yard line of the Cougars. Important here for Nashua to keep these Cougars out of the end zone. This Bedford team has chewed up a lot of clock here. Motion to Trips. There's the snap, handoff, right side. Good penetration by the Cougar defense. And on the initial stop there was Carter Queenan. So no gain on the play. Will be third down. We'll call it 10. Jason Roby calling all the action for you today. 6 games. Ron Ducky Welliver should be joining us up here in the booth shortly. Steve Cody, the man on the moving pictures. All right, slot is to the right. Motion will come to Trips. Shotgun snap. Now they're on the handoff to the other side. And a good form tackle there. They got to keep them wrapped up, and they do. And I'll tell you right now, the cavalry came, but on the initial stop was number 22, Miles Libby. And he forced that back inside, and the cavalry came, and the help came. And there were 4 Cougars that were able to bottle up Carenti. A loss of a yard on the play, so that's going to bring up a 4th down and 8. This is a huge play, and I would go so far as to say maybe the play of the game, as we are inside of 12:30 to go in this one. 15-minute quarters here apparently, and taking a shot up top, got a man, and nice coverage down the field that time by number 22. They've had a good battle. Libby used the defender, the sideline as an extra defender, got his hand on the hip, pushed him out, and that was just textbook defensive back coverage right there. As a former defensive back, love to see that. Nice job by Libby, and the Cougars come away with a huge stop on 4th down. It'll be 1st and 10. Cougars will come out of the huddle. They'll set up shop at about the 32-yard line. Handoff, left side, bounces back to the right. Nice move, gets to the edge, continues to drive, and finally going to be hauled down, but not before picking up a Cougar first down. That's number 19, Lucas Hernandez. Looked like he was finally dropped down by Owen DiGiovanni. So a good play there by the Cougars on first down to move the sticks. Ball at the top of the hash. Twins to the left, split end is right, shotgun. High snap handled. And again, it's going to be Hernandez, and he again has a nice gain on first down. He was tackled by his counterpart, number 19, Rand. So Hernandez and Rand meet each other shy of the 50. We'll call it the 48-yard line. Cougars breaking the huddle quickly. They'll bring a trips to the left, split end to the top of the screen. Oh, tough one on first down, or second down rather. And they're going to lose real estate. And that is just a drive killer right there, is having to go back and get that snap was number 23, David Butler. It was off to his right, and he had to retreat. So a huge loss on the play. That's going to bring up a third down. We'll call it 19. So it started out as a pretty promising drive here for the Cougars. They had something brewing. We'll see if they can get maybe half of it back here. Drop back pass, swing route, complete. And they've gone to that a couple of times. Bedford does a nice job of rallying. The player was down. The pass was complete to number 40. That was Michael McKenzie. But, you know, again, when it's 3rd and 19, you'll give that stuff up all day long. We'll have and they'll say they were going to concede it on the punt, so it'll be first down for Bedford. And I think that's why, Steve, in the first half we saw that drive kind of stall there, because if it's going to be 4th down, you will concede that down and just hand it over like it would be a punt. So that makes more sense. All right, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They will set up shop near hash, 44-yard line, going left to right on your dial. The huddle will take place in Hollis, and they will break that huddle. And my goodness, don't want anyone listening to us. That's a 19-yard huddle, Steve. These kids are going to have to run a 5K before they run a play. Oh. Okay, it'll be 1st and 10. I want to thank you all for watching the highlight guy. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody and you're not turning the channel yet. All right, Bulldogs will set up shop. They get their mile split as they get to the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll come out with a tight slot, trips to the bottom of the screen. And a wing to the left. They'll motion back to the other side, and now the handoff will come. This is number 14. He's got a seam near hash. Nice tackle there. But a good pickup on 1st down. The tackle was made by Xander Vegas. But it was a good carry by number 14, Savage. And he'll pick up 3 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Wing to the top of the screen. The slot man will motion back to the wing, and they'll try the exact same play. Savage this time bottled up. Same players meeting as Vegas was ready. He's seen that look before. So another huge down coming up here. And this is about the time where they throw that jump ball up to Holrich, I think. We'll see if they double that young man if he's in the game. Ball is just about in the middle of the field, so they have real estate to both sides to operate with. Bulldogs break the huddle. And I don't see him in the game, so he's not in the game. This is maybe a run-heavy formation for the Bulldogs. We'll see what they employ. They'll run that shuffle motion again. And it's just a total quarterback sweep to the back to the other side, and he'll fall, but he's going to have the necessary yardage for a Bulldog 1st down. They've run that play with some success early on. Coughlin giving the impression, a lot of window dressing off to the left, and pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He sneaks off to the right, so good play call by the Bulldogs as they move the sticks, and we head inside of 7 minutes to play in this one. Cougars have played really good defense in this game, and they've shown the ability to move the football. They get stuck in between the 30s, and they've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times with some turnovers and some bad snaps, that that they'll cost you, and some penalties. So Not really the turnovers, just more the field position game. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll shuffle motion again back to the left, and this is going to be Coughlin. He's going to try that right side again. He's got a head of steam, tries cutting back against the grain. Another nice form tackle there, and good tackling, better tackling here in the second half. That was Lucas Hernandez again, and he's having himself a game. Had that big interception early in the third quarter, and has done a nice job tackling in space for this Cougar team. I want to congratulate all of the 8th graders that are playing their final game for the Cougar organization today. And before the playoffs start, of course, it's been our pleasure to call the games for you here on the Highlight Guy. 5:40 to go and counting. I had an opportunity to meet a bunch of the players before the game. They came up to me, and nice to meet those young men. You know, there are a lot of places you could be on a Sunday afternoon, a lot of things you could be doing. These young men are out here. Of course, we got the extra hour of sleep last night, Steve, so that was good. A lot of you don't know this. Steve likes to get the lay of the land. He actually slept on top of the press box last night at his fleece sleeping bag up there. You hear the wind start to howl just a little bit. I don't think they're throwing to the top of the screen. That would be quite a throw. Handoff to the right side. Again, just window dressing, and nice job of keeping those feet going. And you have to respect it when they line up like that, but really what they're trying to do is get people away from that formation, away from where they want to run the ball. You know they're not really going to throw it out there. That would have been a 55-yard throw from where they were down the field. But, you know, a nice job. And again, the one thing Bedford has done with some success today has been, you know, that first down play, they get 3 yards, and it's been pretty consistent. 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. And it opens the playbook up a little bit. You kind of, you know, you have some options. All right, that's 84 Oliver Johnson. Looks like he's going off to the left. Now they'll readjust. There he goes. So again, wide slot to the left. Not sure they're going to throw over there, but we'll see. They run that stack formation, handoff. And another time where it just kind of opens up for number 14, Savage, and that was a savage run off the right side. Good blocking at the point of attack. Finally knocked down. And there is timeout. We have a penalty flag down on the, looks like the 21-yard line. There it is. I thought maybe that was a leaf from one of the trees that had blown over there, but that is in fact the flag. And that one is going to go against the Bulldogs. And a lot of times when you have that big a gaping hole, it could be because of a hold. So Bedford going to be marched back. We'll replay the down. It'll be 2nd down and 11 from the 31-yard line. You know what that does, though, unfortunately for the Cougars, is you get to replay the down, and then you get the benefit of running off more clock. But you don't want to give them a first down. Outside, and a great play there by number 40, Michael McKenzie, and we're going to get a timeout. So a good job by Nashua to save some clock for themselves. And that'll give us a chance to ask you, are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email deb@thedowgroup.com. EarthTech Systems is a local premier green heating and cooling technology company. The goal? Save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. And lastly, bring the family, bring your friends. Everyone feels at home at Luke's Bar and Grill. Enjoy live music 3 nights a week, trivia and music bingo, as well as pop-up events for the whole family that make every visit something special. Whether you're here to relax, laugh, or celebrate, Luke's is the perfect spot to connect and unwind. From the first bite to the last laugh, Luke's makes every visit memorable. Come join the fun at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or plan your visit at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. All right, stacked receivers on either side. We're going to get near side official. Maybe some type of a injury or equipment malfunction, so referee will blow it dead. It is 3rd down and long. You have stacked receivers on either side. It's going to be the quarterback. He keeps it. He's going to try to get the edge, cuts back. That's where the cavalry is, and they finally wrap him up and fall back. Big number 62 was Johnny on the spot. That was Michael Boisvert, And Michael was there to kind of corral the quarterback, and a great job. They have had some struggles today with Coughlin, and Boisvert said, not today, my friend. So well done by him. Okay, so here we go. It's going to be a 4th down from the 34-yard line. Cougars need a huge stop here. I'm sure they're talking about the usual suspects to be on the lookout for, including the quarterback, who has proven to be all types of elusive until Michael Boisvert made that nice play. So we're probably thinking Bedford drawing something up, something special here. If they get a 1st down, they could probably all but run out most of that clock. All right, play of the game coming up right now for the Cougar defense. 4th down and 15. The line to gain is the 20. Shotgun snap. Coughlin takes a shot. Rainmaker off to the side. You don't want to intercept that. You just want to knock it down. They say he caught it. So they just lost about 14 yards of real estate there. Beautiful interception. But on that particular play, you knock it down. And again, nice athletic play. They're going to say 1st and 10 for the Cougars on the 23-yard line. So if he doesn't intercept that, they would have had it at about the 35. So you're giving up 12 yards, but I'll tell you what, a spectacular catch nevertheless. A nice interception. But for all of you watching at home, 4th down, knock that thing down. Take the field position, unless you can pick it and go for 6. All right, shotgun snap. Cougars got to make something happen. Pass out to the side, Hernandez, and that is going to get bottled up. Savage was there, or rather Coughlin, excuse me. And Steve, Ducky wants to know, you want a coffee? Yeah, okay. What would you like? Huh? Just milk. That's gross. All right. Here we go. That one is a toss pass. They got a man over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. And this is Coughlin. There is a flag down on the field. Coughlin's still on his feet. We'll check that penalty. But that could just about sew this one up. It was a great play design. He had a step on the defenders. May have been a yard underthrown. And it's going to be declined. Those penalties are going to go against the Cougars. So 2:09 to go in this one. Bedford going to take over inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line, it appears. This has been a really entertaining football game. Both of these teams have shown up to play today. Good defense on both sides. Each team with an two interceptions for the Cougars, 1 interception for Bedford. And just a real good rock'em sock'em football game. A good way to start our Sunday morning here. November 2nd. Quarterback under center, barking signals. Takes that handoff, and there goes number 7. He's going to waltz into the end zone. Yes, he's in there. So Bedford will go in for the touchdown. And that will button this one up a little bit. And carrying the ball there, I think that was Carenti on the carry into the end zone. He'll line up for 2. He'll break the huddle, come on out. Yeah, it was Carenti on the touchdown. He was untouched to the one that had to battle his way back in. Quick slant over the middle. Nice play defensively there. Broken up by number 22, and a good play. That was, once again, Libby. They were looking for, it looked like number 80, Moranti, on the slant. So Moranti on the slanty gets broken up by number 22, Libby. A lot of Y's at the end of that statement. And it will be a first down for the Cougars, but now we have 66 seconds to go. They find themselves down 14-0. Steve, just found this fortune cookie thing on the side here. And I don't know what the rule is. If I didn't open it, it's not mine. But financial abundance is near. Financial abundance is near. So that's pretty cool. And learn Chinese. Fried rice is chow fan. Chow fan. Did not know that, so learned a couple of new things today. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their 30-yard line. They've got to go to the friendly skies, and that ball nearly picked off. And a great defensive play, I'll tell you, right there from Moranti. He stepped in front of that pass. I think it was Moranti. I believe it was 80. Nice play by that young man. He catches that one. He's in for 6. Got a good read on that out route. Kind of stepped in front and broke it up. Came with the long arm. Nice job. It was a nice pass, too. Just, you're talking about the middle of the field out to the sideline. So trips down to the bottom of your screen, a split end to the top, shotgun formation. Over the middle it goes, passes, almost complete. Was intended for LeBoy, he just couldn't find the handle. You almost wonder if they were trying to get the hitch and pitch ready to go. That was a Coach Ron Welliver special. Ducky on his way here with some coffee for us this morning. So thank you, Ducky. We'll see you shortly. You can see the next game warming up off to the far side there. If I'm not mistaken, those are the... Is it Plymouth, Steve? We'll see Plymouth in the next game. Yeah. The Plymouth Huskies. The Plymouth is a hotbed of football activity. For those of you unaware of the success. Brian O'Reilly has recently become the all-time winningest coach in the state of New Hampshire. Before that, it was Chuck Lenahan at Plymouth, and all he did was win championships up there at Plymouth. So we'll see the feeder program for that team. Here comes some kind of a quick little razzle-dazzle reverse and just losing his footing. Had to go to the well there. That was Ty Hickey. Bedford got good penetration on that trick play. That's going to bring us down into 26-25 seconds to go. A hard-fought game by both of these teams. I'll tell you, great way to start off our Sunday here on the Highlight Guy at Stello Stadium. It's been the Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua Cougars matched up here in a great JV2 level game. And we are off sides here. Got to make sure everybody's lined up correctly. They let it go. And now a little quarterback scramble. He's got to see him if he can get to the numbers. He does. Can he break the sideline? He'll get pulled down at the last second. And that was a great run there. It was tackled by number 80. That'll be the last play of the game. So this one just went final 14-0 Bedford, and you'll see both teams head to the 50 for the post-game handshake. And I'll tell you, one of the better games that we've seen here this year, Steve, between the Cougars and the Bulldogs. Nice tight matchup. Really, it was 8-0 all the way until a late play, late interception by Coughlin down the right side, and they were able to punch one in. But 8-0 at that time. The final just went 14-0 Bedford, and both of these teams gave a great, outstanding effort. And those young men will be back on the sideline, I think, for the conclusion of the day several hours from now. I want to thank you all for watching us live here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby and Steve Cody bringing all the action for you. That's right, folks. You did hear Steve Cody's voice early on today. That is a rarity up here in the press box at Stello Stadium, so it's a special kind of day. We'll be back with our second game. It looks like the team from Plymouth and the Nashua Cougars will be ready to do battle out on the field here at Stellos. Thanks for watching this one. Make sure you come back and catch us for game number 2 coming up in just a minute. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Take care.